we've got an opinion commentary piece from the Wall Street Journal. Now, keep in mind, the Wall Street Journal has a readership of people that consume the Wall Street Journal across all political lines, okay? And the Wall Street Journal, in this article, is calling, or at least saying out loud, that maybe Caitlin Clark's civil rights are actually being violated.
Certainly. Here's a compelling and well-structured rewrite of your paragraph with a professional, dramatic tone that keeps the reader hooked. The Wall Street Journal just dropped a bombshell that's igniting serious debate across the sports world. In a bold new opinion piece, respected journalist Sean McLean argues that the WNBA may be violating Caitlin Clark's civil rights, and the consequences could be catastrophic for the league. We're not just talking about controversial fouls or locker room drama anymore. This is about federal investigations, congressional hearings, and potential lawsuits that could upend everything. McLean doesn't pull punches. He claims the WNBA has allowed a *** hostile work environment ** to form around Clark, and has ignored repeated acts of targeting that may amount to civil rights violations. And when a heavyweight like the **wall, Street Journal * starts comparing your league to a legal time bomb, it's no longer business as usual. This question now isn't just whether the WNBA is being unfair, it's whether it's breaking the law. Let me know if you'd like a ** shorter version, headline, title, or voiceover script * style too.
Everybody's bragging about this 5-game winning streak. It is great. But Caitlin Clark doesn't get to play under these circumstances, where these girls are just going out there and playing basketball. That doesn't get to happen for her.
Of course, here's a sharper or impactful rewrite of your paragraph. Let's be clear about what's really happening. Here, this isn't some random blog venting about hard fouls or bad refs. This is a major national publication calling for federal intervention. The Wall Street Journal is openly suggesting that the Department of Justice, Congress, and even antitrust regulators might need to step in. That's no small thing. This is the kind of serious, high-stakes language that makes league commissioners lose sleep and for good reason. When the conversation shifts from sports to federal law, you know the situation has reached a whole new level. Let me know if you want this styled for a YouTube narration or as a bold text slide for a short.
The Wall Street Journal, in this article, is calling, or at least saying out loud, that maybe Caitlin Clark's civil rights are actually being violated. Is her right to a peaceful workplace and non-hostile work environment, are those rights being violated by the WNBA?
Absolutely. Here's a refined and impactful rewrite of that paragraph. The article highlights what many have quietly acknowledged, but few have dared to say out loud. *** Caitlin Clark has done for the WNBA what Michael Jordan once did for the NBA. The numbers are staggering. Viewership is up 366%. ***. App engagement has soared 613%, and merchandise sales have skyrocketed 601%. These aren't just impressive stats, they're legal touring figures that have pulled the WNBA out of the shadows and into the national spotlight, and yet instead of celebrating and protecting their breakout superstar, the league seems to be treating Clark like a problem to manage rather than the once-in-a-generation asset she truly is. Let me know if you'd like a punchier version for video, social posts, or captions.
And at the very least, there's a portion of this that says maybe WNBA leadership should at least have to go sit in front of some people and answer some very uncomfortable questions. Lord knows I would love to see that. Because Kathy Engelbert and Adam Silver, it seems to be nothing to see here. Please move along. Now, I've seen a lot of fans just come out and say, hey, you're assaulting her, it's battery, yada, yada, yada.
Sure. Here's a sharper and more polished rewrite of that line. It's like having someone in your family win the lottery, then resenting them for getting all the attention. It makes no sense, unless there's something deeper going on. Behind the scenes, want it with a more sarcastic tone or as a headline caption? Just let me know.
Now, it talks about the fact that Caitlin Clark has basically done for the WNBA what Michael Jordan did for the NBA, right? Instead of protecting its transformative star, the league's leadership ignores the relentless targeting of Miss Clark, treating its greatest asset.
Absolutely. Here's a more compelling and legally sharp rewrite of your paragraph. Now here's where things get legally explosive. The article points out that Caitlin Clark has absorbed 17% of all flagrant fouls in the entire league. Twice the rate of any other player. That's not a coincidence. It's a clear statistical disparity, the kind of pattern that immediately grabs the attention of civil rights attorneys. When you can back up claims of unequal treatment with hard data, it moves from speculation to serious legal ground. That's when discrimination cases stop being hypothetical and start becoming real threats. Let me know if you want a shorter hook version for Reels or TikTok too.
Also blow up on the internet because I fought someone. So
It's so sick.
honestly, it is funny. It is funny because
For good reason.
yeah,
Wasn't she?
yeah. Let me just tell people the story real quick because I don't think I've gotten to really tell my point of view of things.
Yeah.
Is like you have seen players in our league try to like toughen up Caitlin Clark, CC, or even when I wasn't on the team. Like I know the talk that Phoenix had in the locker room. Like, no, we're gonna prove her. We're gonna show her what the W really is. You know what I mean? And like I get to it to a certain extent, and like every rookie into the league, that's how you're gonna treat them. But
Right.
there's just more for her. So it's her second year, and like now being on the team and like seeing it, I'm like, what are people doing? Like, actually, it's just too much, and like it's just I'm over it. And if I'm saying it's too much, then it's probably.
That's a powerful and comprehensive piece. I can absolutely rewrite it to keep the intensity and substance while making it more concise, structured, and professional. Perfect for a voiceover article or long-form social post. Here's the rewritten version, the Wall Street Journal. Just blew the lid off what might be the biggest scandal in WNBA history. And this time, it's not just sports commentary, it's a potential federal case. In a searing opinion piece, journalist Sean McLean argues that the WNBA is not only mistreating Caitlin Clark, but may be violating her civil rights. Under federal law, the numbers speak volumes. Clark has absorbed 17% of all flagrant fouls. In the league, the rate of any other player. That's not random, that's a pattern. And in the legal world, patterns matter. Civil rights attorneys look for exactly this kind of disparate treatment, backed by hard data. Even Clark's competitors are speaking out. Sophie Cunningham, a veteran with Phoenix, flat out said, the star player of the league is not being protected. That's not just frustration, it's a warning flare. Even Clark herself has commented, everyone is physical with me. They get away with things others don't. It's a calm but clear statement of the double standard in how she's officiated. The injuries make it worse. Clark has already missed 10 games and the All-Star game, during which ratings dropped 55%. That's not a coincidence. That's proof of her value to the league. When the most valuable player isn't protected and her absence costs millions, that looks a lot like negligence. The legal foundation of the article is rooted in real precedent. Harris v. Forklift Systems 1993 defines a hostile work environment as conduct that is severe, pervasive, and alters the conditions of employment. McLean argues that Clark's situation meets that standard. Another case, Texas Department of Community Affairs v. Burdine, 1981, established that discrimination doesn't require proof of intent, just a pattern of unequal treatment. Exactly what's being laid out here. Even Asia Wilson's comments on race add another serious layer. Under civil rights law, you don't need someone to say something explicitly racist if race appears to be a factor in disparate treatment. It can trigger federal scrutiny and with Clark, a white woman, being treated differently in a predominantly black league, the optics and potential legal consequences get very real very fast. Then there's the Olympic snub. Clark, arguably the most impactful player in women's basketball, wasn't selected. Combine that with the targeting, the injuries, the foul stats, the league leadership's silence, and you start to see what could be interpreted as retaliation or exclusion. Politically, this story is snowballing. Senator Jim Banks has already sent a letter to WNBA Commissioner Kathy Engelbert demanding answers. The Wall Street Journal is calling for congressional hearings. If Engelbert and Adam Silver were forced to testify before Congress about Clark's treatment, that's not the kind of press the league wants. It gets worse. The article raises the possibility of Labor Department investigations for workplace safety violations and even Justice Department involvement for civil rights issues. If either agency finds the WNBA failed to provide a safe environment, there could be real legal penalties. Not just PR damage, but the nuclear threat. Antitrust. Sports leagues like the WNBA operate under special legal exemptions that allow them to function as monopolies. If Congress decides to reconsider those protections over how Clark is treated, it could fundamentally restructure how the league operates. And here's the most damning evidence of all. When Clark isn't on the floor, the game looks completely different. Less physical. Less violent. It's as if we're watching a controlled experiment, showing exactly how much extra contact she faces. Not a single player has been suspended for the repeated flagrant fouls against her, including the Marina Mabrey blindside hit and DJ Carrington's dangerous play. In any other setting, those would be seen as assault, not basketball. The fact that this piece comes from the Wall Street Journal, a business publication, not a sports outlet, is what makes it so powerful. It reframes Clark's story from sports drama to a potential civil rights violation, complete with legal precedent, federal oversight, and economic consequences. The numbers don't lie. 601% rise in merchandise sales, 366% jump in viewership, and 613% increase in app engagement. Clark isn't just a player. She's the economic engine of the WNBA. Treating her like a nuisance rather than the face of the league is not only reckless, it's a potential legal disaster. The article even hints that federal investigators should review internal league communications. If emails or messages reveal discriminatory intent or coordinated neglect, that could be devastating in court. There's precedent too, like when the federal government warned dozens of schools for gender-based discrimination under Title IX. The WNBA could be next. And unlike those schools, the WNBA is a professional league, meaning the stakes are even higher. In short, this isn't just about basketball anymore. The Wall Street Journal just elevated the Caitlin Clark controversy to a matter of national legal and political significance. If the WNBA doesn't respond, it could face civil rights investigations, congressional hearings, antitrust threats, and a full-blown PR nightmare. So the real question now is what happens next? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This story is far from over. Let me know if you'd like a shorter summary, YouTube script format, thumbnail text, or video caption.